The original Goku Black by SH Figuarts is getting incredibly hard to find every single day. And if you do find it, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 more times the original price. So when I saw that this company, Vitoforge, was creating their own version of Goku Black, I wanted to see if this one could be the one to replace it. So with that said, let's get started. Cue transition. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this figure before we get started. I would just want to let you know that this is a pretty pricey figure. I actually got the set because it comes in 2 versions. There's the Goku Black, which is Nut 01A, and then there's Nut 01B, which is the Gohan Black that comes with its rose version. I'm just gonna be honest, it's expensive. However, I did pay for both. I have Gohan Black and Goku Black. I'm letting you know right now, this is a pretty high priced figure, especially for third party. First of all, we got to tell these third party companies that they're not Bandai, okay? They need to tone it down with their pricing. $97 per figure, $180 for both is crazy. But I did have some coupons and I decided to pick it up. So I have it. Let's see if it was worth it. Let's get started and see what it has. There's literally nothing jaw-dropping about this packaging. It's just a cardboard box. These are going straight into the garbage. Maybe with the figure too, who knows? I hope not. So right out of the box, this is what you're getting. This is a shipper box. That's why it was brown. Okay, I was a little worried. Okay, so the box isn't too bad, and it's just a plain white box. It has some writing in the back, which doesn't usually happen.
Prevent deformation caused by excessive heat. Do not wipe the product with thinners, benzene, alcohol, or similar substances. Some components are non-removable. Any damage caused by improper handling is not considered product defect. Therefore, we will not provide replacement services.
Well, that's good to know. This would have been a great message to have for the Beast Deities Broly before I decided to clean it with alcohol, and then I stripped the paint. So don't do that. This has a little bit of tape. Let's take that off and let's open this together. Oh no, I ripped the box. So right out of the box, you get 3 head sculpts. Now each of these heads have their own faces, so let's count that as 3 faces. 1, 2, 3. Comes with 2 neck pegs, which could be great if you're trying to head swap these onto the actual SH figure at Goku Black. And it comes with 5 different faces, 3 for the Goku Rose and 2 for the base form. Not bad at all. So you're getting a decent amount of faces. Let me look at them real quick. Take my eye, inspect. Okay, the faces look great. Goku Black in the original SH Figuarts does not have good faces at all. Actually, I have it right here. I don't like these. I do not like these. They just don't look good. We're getting the reissue, but we're getting the reissue with these exact faces, so it's not something I'm excited about. This, however, is something that I'm excited about. This one, for example, it's very reminiscent of the art in the 90s. It feels like soft plastic. What I like about it is that the ends look spiky, but they're not sharp. Great for handling because I'm not going to cut myself when I put this on. It looks great from every angle and I'm excited to see what it looks like on the body. This one has bigger hair. I actually love this hair. It's very wide. I've never had a base Goku hair sculpt that stretches out this far. It's usually shorter. I love the design on this one. Even though this isn't 3-dimensional and it's basically just a sticker, it does look good. And then we have the Goku Super Saiyan Rose. It's very close to the manga. There is one thing that's bothering me just a bit. It's the roundness of this hair. It still follows the round shape, but there's spikes dividing it. Does that make sense? It's like when you cut a mango and then you like split it apart. So there's still that roundness to it. It doesn't have that sort of jaggedness that the Games Begin Super Saiyan Goku hair has, which is a little bit more formed. Do you get what I'm saying? Anyway, it looks great from the side and it feels like soft plastic, but not too soft. I'm not too crazy about those rounded edges. I wouldn't mind getting cut up if it meant having spikier hair, but enough of that. Let's get to the body. Let's take that out of the shipping box. Ooh, there's the design. There we go. That's the design. A Cranian Reaper? Well, yes. Let's take this out and let's see what's in the box. All right, we got accessories. That hefty price tag is looking more and more worth it. This is what it comes with. This is a Scythe in 3 pieces. We're gonna set that aside and build that. So this is the pink version. I was a little bit iffy about getting this one because I mean, I already have this one in the 2.0 SH Figuarts and it did just get a re-release, but it's matte. And I'm not too big on matte, but this looks good. This thing caught my eye. I want you to appreciate this material. It's see-through. I like that. It looks like glass. The effects are supposed to be pink, so I don't know why they would go with a red because this is a really, really solid red. It comes with 6 sets of hands, a moving skirt. It's soft plastic, very reminiscent of the Daima Goku one. It comes with this extra gi that's opened up. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that. Maybe it's an extra one just in case you rip one. Oh no. Did I get 2 right fists? I got 2 right fists. Oh no. I'm gonna talk to my manager right now. I did not pay $180 for me to get 2 right fists. Why didn't I get 2 right fists? They will be hearing from my lawyer. I can work with this. There's probably another extra fist that I have that I could probably use. Let me just check something really quick. I'm gonna see if this hand from this Goku fits. If it does, then we're good. Okay, it fits. All right. We're good. We're good. We're not good. I shouldn't have gotten the same fist twice. It's fine. I'll sleep on this and then I'll feel better about it tomorrow. No, I won't. Let me calm down. This body feels great. One of my fears with matte figures or matte materials is that my oily hands will show up. I will have fingerprints all over these by the end of the day. So that's my issue with matte figures. So while I was talking, I felt this leg a little bit loose. Very, very easy to move. Hopefully that can be fixed. Let's look at the articulation. It's actually a completely different body sculpt than the original SH Figuarts. So I really, really like that. Everything is matte except for the joints. Pick one or the other. Are you going to do glossy or matte? The elbows and the knees are just glossy except for the front. These joints feel good. These are pretty tight. The elbow feels a little loose, but there's a lot of range in this hand right here. So these are a little tight, but not tight enough that you're gonna need some shock oil. So that's good. Same for this one. Let's see the range on this arm. That's about as far as it'll go. And then right here, that's about as far as it'll go. Because it's soft plastic, it should be easier to move, right? All right, so let's go forward. This is limited because of this soft material. This is actually stopping a bit of the movement. The unfortunate thing about this sort of material is that it's thin enough that it'll get damaged if you push the arm. He has decent range for the back, so that's not too bad. And the butterfly joints actually help it to go back even further, so they can touch. Good articulation for the arms. This ab crunch goes down. That's about as far as it'll go. So it's not much. And we go back. That's it. Kind of looking forward for a decent ab crunch for a Goku Black. You may have noticed that this is soft plastic, so hopefully that won't limit the range that you have with the legs. Are you able to do splits? You are able to do the split shablam. So let's test the range on these legs. You get forward, double jointed knees. The knees are a little loose. Unfortunately, the joint seems loose because this is a little too wide. They're very loose. It's not Raccoon, so that's a plus. Let's check the foot articulation. You can go forward. He has really long legs. You can go up. It's really limited in this ankle articulation, but can it go side to side? It does. Good for you. There's a little squeak. The knee is actually better on this leg than it is on this one. So like I said, it does have the double jointed knees with a better looking knee than the 2.0 because I hate the triangle knees. I hate them. And let's see the waist. It's a little squeaky. It's not too bad. It's just, it makes a lot of noise. Yeah, that leg is not. I have to figure out a way to fix this. The Rakuma was terrible, but at least it was, you know, less than $50. This one is $98. For $98, you would assume that a company would actually put some sort of effort. It's not all the way bad, but it's not great. Now that we've gone over this, let's put it together and see if that makes a difference. I've calmed down. I already sent an email to see if they could help me out by replacing this hand. I mean, I'm not expecting them to like ship out this small of a fist. It would be nice for them to know that some of their shipments are getting to right fist. Right, which one are we going to use first? I think I'm going to go with this Goku Black and bring this out. Let's see how easy this is. He looks good. This might not have the best quality control, but you can't say that it doesn't look great because it does. This looks amazing. He looks up, not very much, and he does a great job at looking down. Oh yeah, let me take advantage of the fact that this guy has a loose leg so that I can pose him in a way that will benefit from that. Oh my gosh. I could say a lot of things about the poor quality control, the really loose joints, the fact that they gave me two fists, but I will not say that this figure does not look good. I think that this figure is beautiful. I think that the color, this pinky, is for the Goku Rosé. Let's try that on to see how that looks. Here we go. Yeah, I don't like the shape of the hair. That's just a me thing, but I love the way this looks. And you know what? I'm going to replace this hand and I'm going to take this flat one. And now we're going to try this piece. So it does stay on. It's slightly heavy. I'm going to say this right now. This is the best looking Goku Black figure I've ever handled. And it's making me overlook the quality control issues. This is actually not going anywhere, but that leg is going to be fixed because I am not passing up the opportunity to not use this figure. This figure looks amazing. He looks up, he looks down. Push it down all the way. It starts to separate from the head. There you go. That's the limit. We don't want that to pop out. But what we do want is to check out that other Goku Black base head that I really, really like. Oh, you're not going to tell me that doesn't look sick. Let's take this head off. This is my favorite face out of all of them. I don't know if this was taken from the manga. The hair is so much spikier. It's so much wider and it's so much bigger than SH Figuarts. I love the detail of the lines in these spikes. I really do think that this looks way better than SH Figuarts. This is the look that I would want in a Goku Black figure. This is the bar. The standard has been set. If it doesn't look better than this, then I don't want it. Who cares that the knee is loose and the leg just moves without touching it? It's worth it. Okay, but you know what else I want to check? This part. So this is going to bring some movement and dynamics to the figure, because right now it just looks very static. Yeah, this thing is not coming off. I'm going to use my microfiber cloth so that I don't get sweaty. One closer. There we go. So that's tight. Okay, so let's put this right there. There we go. Oh, that was hard. Oh my gosh, my fingers. This is very similar to the Daima Goku, and I keep saying that, but everything just seems like a one-to-one copy in a different color, which means there might be a way for me to mod this app crunch if it's the same mechanism. And if you don't know how to do that with your Goku Daima, I have a tutorial up that you might want to check out. Let's change this hand and let's use this left hand for the Scythe. Hello? Is it not going in? Oh no. You're gonna tell me that the hand doesn't even fit in the peg? This hand is falling off. The peg hole is way too big. This is the peg, and then you put it in. That's it. I shouldn't have to fix this, but I do have something just in case. I got it right here in my purse because I knew you were going to ask me for it. I don't have it with me. Let's take some paper. You never know when you're going to need paper to tighten up some joints. I shouldn't have to be doing this, but whatever. You put paper in your joints? Yeah, because apparently the companies that we pay $80 to can't bother to check if the joints are going to fit with the hands. So that's how you fix a loose joint. You add some paper. The hole is too big for the peg, and what you need is to fill that space. That's where the paper comes in. It's enough to stay in place. It's not enough to keep it from falling though. How are you going to give me a hand that doesn't fit with its own arm? I have the Scythe. It comes in 3 parts, and apparently you're going to have to put it together. I mean, of course. How is it going to fit in the box? Are you kidding me? Did they test this at all before they shipped it out? Nothing fits. So this one is too loose and it won't stay in. And this one doesn't even fit. Maybe I'm going to have to use some paper for this one too. They didn't test any of this before they shipped it out. I'm sorry, but like, if you're going to charge $90 for a figure, can you at least make sure that everything works before you ship it out? All right, that's enough of that Scythe. Let's move on to the next piece.
15 minutes later.
I was filming me trying to fix this hand, touching this. I will not be handling this Scythe anymore. Do you see these hot Cheeto fingers? I wash my hands before I film any video. I do not want to contact stain any of my figures. Look at this hand. It's pink. The Scythe has stained my fingers, which then stained this hand. So now there's, which actually isn't, it actually gave it a little bit of like a blush to it. Looks like the knuckles are red. I mean, it looks cool, but it shouldn't be happening. So I'm not going to handle it. You know, you can see it there. Look at how red it is. This is dyed plastic. It's not even like a molded red plastic like this one. This is fine. Pigment is inside the plastic or resin. I'm not sure what this is, but this is plastic that is spray painted. It's stains. I will say it looks slightly better. Give it a little bit of a shading aspect to it, but on top of that, this thing is stuffed with paper that I had to use because the peg hole is so big compared to the actual peg. I'm gonna go over each hand just to make sure that all of the hands fit. Okay, so that one fits. At least the ring got this little metallic paint to it, so it gives it a little bit of shine. Open hand finger, that's fine. This flat hand is gonna be for the effect piece. This one's fine. It's looking good so far. Open hand key blast. Oh, that one was tight. That one's fine. This is very sinister. I love the design. The design is very human. Okay, and then the last one, which is open hand. That one fits as well. This one's a lot more subtle than the other one. That's good. This is perfect as my default hand. He looks great. It's the least you could do. I really want to figure this thing out, because if it came with this set, that means that there is a way to get this Games Begin Goku articulation for the ab. Yeah, this uses the same torso system as Daima. I really like the ab sculpting here. I'm gonna go put this under the hairdryer and see if that's able to pop out. This thing just came off. I thought it was gonna be like a rubbery plastic like the Daima and then just slides off, but this actually came off. This one is one piece, and this one is just kind of opened. I think it's supposed to go right here. Okay, so when did this become a DIY situation? Why am I doing your job? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't like that this is open. I don't like that because it's not gonna stay like that. Okay, there. Let's go over what just happened. I went to my hairdryer and I used heat to remove this ab piece. So I took it off. in the same way that I took off the Daima piece on my original Goku. Now I have modded it using the materials that were provided in this kit to get the Games Begin articulation, which is what I wanted from the beginning. However, now you have this piece. I hope it comes like this, because if it ripped, then I'm gonna have an issue with that, because not only do I now have to have the left wrist replaced, I now have to get this replaced. All right, so now that everything is back in, we're left with the issue. Let's test this new ab crunch, because that's the way it's going to be now. I'm not going to put it back like before. I've done too much work to it already. All right, let's go down. That's an improvement. And let's go up. It's much better than before. I'm going to take out the 2.0. This is going to determine whether it's worth buying this as opposed to you getting the reissue, because so far this could have been a $50 figure and I would have liked it more than I am liking it now. So let me bring out the 2.0. Both of these next to each other, there is a significant height difference between the Vitoforge Goku and SH Figuarts Rose. It looks a lot bigger. Major differences between them: this is fully plastic, this one is just matte, and it's very similar to the matte original SH Figuarts. This one, the joints feel great, but it is the 2.0 with the little sleeves. See the ab crunch? Yeah, that's about as far as you'll get. So there is more range in the Vitoforge Goku Black than there is in the original SH Figuart one. Same thing, there's more range. Actually, it's about the same range. Nope, there's more range. Shut me up real quick. You don't have much range for the split. The only benefit to having these ugly triangular knees is that you get this beautiful articulation right here. You actually get less of a knee bend than in the original SH Figuart. There's this stupid, it's stupid.
Okay, stupid. You're stupid.
Why would they open this? Why would you do that? Anyway, the face for the SH Figuarts Rose don't look like the characters, they just look like toy versions of the characters. The Vitoforge one looks like a mix of the 90s anime and the manga. It looks more sinister than in the Super anime. This one, it's a lot easier to handle than the Vitoforge one. At least this one isn't gonna have loose joints. So with that said, let's get to the posing. All right, so final thoughts. Starting with the good. The faces are one of the best head sculpts for a Goku Black that I've seen. The eyes are a little smaller, but it frames the face really well. So these are good. I have no problem with the faces. The hair sculpts look beautiful. This hair sculpt is one of my favorite of all time. Unfortunately, these faces are a lot bigger than the SH Figuart line. So I won't be able to do a face swap, which is what I wanted, because these faces are way too small. But regardless of that, the heads are great. I have no issues with the heads. The heads are beautifully done. The problem starts with the body. The joints are good when they work, but then you get problems like this leg. The knees are loose as well. My biggest issue with this modification is that you get this terrible idea that they had to leave the gi open, and then you pose it and it opens up whenever you move it. So you can't touch this because it'll open. You can't move it this way because it'll open. This will stay open no matter what you do. So I want to find a way to get that to close, but that should not be my responsibility. I am a consumer. I am not the creator of this figure. For them to bring us something like this for the price point is absolutely ridiculous, because this was not a $50 or $60 figure. This was a $98 figure, and it's not something I can recommend without you knowing exactly what you're going to get. On the bright side, This effect piece is absolutely beautiful. See, when they do something right, it looks great. The hands are also a good part because the hands have this little metallic paint that makes this ring shine. It stands out from the hand. So that's the good thing about the hand sculpts. One of the worst things about this figure is this terrible Scythe. It is one of the worst figure accessories that I've ever had to deal with. The plastic is terrible quality and it stained my fingers to the point where I was handling the hands, and it gave me this really nice pink hand that is now separate from the rest of the hands. You can clearly see it here. You had given me this figure with just this effect, I would have been happy and I wouldn't have even missed this terrible Scythe that doesn't stay in place, stains everything, and that can't even be built well enough for it to work. On a brighter note, this effect piece is actually really good. I love the clear plastic, which means that you won't have to worry about stains, and I really like the way that it fits in the figure. At first I had some difficulty using it, but once I figured out that you have to fit the groove of the hand, then it fits snugly and it won't come off. So that is something that I really liked about this set. Is it worth $90? Absolutely not. No, I cannot in good faith recommend you something that is going to be terrible quality at a really high price, but it looks great. It's actually one of the best looking Goku Black figures out there. If you're willing to accept the fact that this is a terrible figure but still accept the fact that it looks amazing, go ahead and buy it. But if you're not prepared to deal with all of the quality control issues and red hands, then I would suggest you stay 100 yards away from this figure. It looks great though, but my experience with this figure was not the best. Now, will I make it work? Absolutely. In the same way that I feel like I can fix the Raccoon now, because the look of this figure surpasses my hate for this experience. So after filming this, I realized I didn't want to let this figure go to waste, so I went back and fixed it myself. If you end up picking this up or run into the same issues, I made a video showing exactly what I did and how you can fix it too. Now, if you felt this review was a little too negative, do not worry. I will show you what I sound like when I do like a figure. Just check out this video of me reviewing one of the best figures that SH Figuart has come out with, and you'll see that maybe I'm not that negative person that I sounded like in this video. I'm actually a very positive person. Check out that video and I'll prove it to you. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.